Hi everybody, it's me, Pinky. It's about 1 a.m., 12:30 maybe, Friday morning, late Thursday night. Everybody's in bed, and I've been sitting out here on the back porch, and I figured out how to get all my pictures over to my computer this evening, and so I have lots of room, so I shouldn't be having to cut off early. That was one of the reasons, Gorzy, my memory was too full. She asked me, why do I always cut off at 10 minutes? And I was like, why do I? Well, I've been doing it for so long that I didn't even remember why. But that is why. My memory was full. And I could only do about 10, 11 minutes, and then it would shut up. Okay? That's the end of that mystery. First off, a sad note. Over in the Reborn community, we've lost a very dear friend, Hello Dolly Nursery. Beautiful woman named Laura that passed away from cancer, and yesterday morning at 8 a.m. And hugs to everybody in the community. I will be over there to make a really nice tribute to Laura, at least to say some things that I need to say to some very special people. But tonight, just want to say rest in peace to Laura, and hugs Nana Betty, and hugs to Karen, definitely. And we'll talk all about that over on my other channel, okay? But I'm not paying attention. I definitely am there and listening, and my heart is there, okay? That hurt a little bit. Had a couple of conversations with my daughter since yesterday, and she is going to be indicted. She's going to the grand jury on Monday, I believe, the 21st. I've got to check with my girlfriend to see if I can ride up there so I can be in court with her. Somehow, someway, I will be there for the grand jury. That you go to grand jury and they decide if you're going to go to trial or not is basically what it means. And that's heavy, but, we'll get through it. I definitely want to be there. I talked to her, like I said, the last couple of days, and she's hoping that she'll be offered a plea bargain of some sort, and I'm sure that she will. Generally, when you go to grand jury, you're offered some sort of plea bargain at that time, and I'm hoping that they will offer one as well. I've advised her to take whatever plea bargain she can get. I've had the opportunity to see some of the facts from the police report, which I had not seen. And I feel most assured that if my daughter does not take a plea, she will definitely do some hefty jail time. Whether what the police report says is true or not, it's going to be hard to prove otherwise. Her sunglasses, phone, license plate, and then she being pinpointed at the scene, from a lineup of photographs, definitely puts her there. And I think she needs to take what she can get. This is where I stand right now. And I definitely want to go be there with her on Monday. So pray for Megan. Olivia had her shots today. She was a little trooper. She squalled like a... Oh my God, it scared the hell out of me. But she was okay, and she immediately wanted to get back to school because she had been star student yesterday. And that means that you get to stand in the front of the line and take people to the library, or be the leader to the lunchroom or the playground or whatever all day long, okay? So she did not want to miss out on her responsibilities as a star student. And she was also upset because she couldn't take her nap. And I said, well, maybe we'll take you back if you feel up to it. And sure enough, after the shots, which were very painful, I felt so sorry for her because she's tough as a boot, I'm telling you. And she hollered and hugged me and patted me, and I patted her, and it was pitiful. But she wanted to go back, so I took her back, and she was able to speak with her Mom this evening. Her mommy promised her yesterday she would call her, and she did after the shots, because she always really spoiled her after she got her shots usually. And so she wanted to call her and make sure she was okay, and she did. I was able to get some money on her books yesterday. I put a little bit, all that I could right then. And then I guess Thomas went, our man, went and put some. And so she has a little money on there to make phone calls. You know, my daughter always comes to this place after she's been in trouble where she's very regretful and she's missing everybody and missing everything and scared to death, of course, and comes to her senses or whatever, and is so loving and so, herself. And that's the girl that I miss so much. And I just wish that none of this stuff had ever happened, I have no way of knowing what's going to happen, but anyway, so I will try to get up there on Monday. Bummer. Remember, I was supposed to go and have Beano with my friend today. Or tomorrow. I was supposed to go to Albuquerque and do that. Well, I had to call her this evening and tell her that I wasn't coming because my brother's bed, my brother had kicked me out. Well, today my mom calls me. She had to go up to the town in between here and there for work. And she called me and says, well, your brother called. And he's not going to get moved again today. Well, I said, well, I thought he was already, because I haven't even asked. I haven't even inquired, And I said, well, I thought he was already moved. She said, no, your dad's there. And because he wouldn't fax his credit card and his ID, because my dad is one of those people that doesn't like email. He doesn't want you sending him cards in the email with his name. You don't send him his mail to his P.O. box in his name. He's just extremely private, and he just is a little bit paranoid about the internet. I mean, a little bit would be an understatement. Like totally against it, out of his gourd. And he won't fax anything like that. So anyway, he had to come up here. Well, I guess to go up there, which that rarely happens. And which is what my brother was mad at me about the other day. He told my mom she disrespected, and he told me that day too, and I was like, what is he talking about? I disrespected his father because I'm adopted, so whenever he's mad at me, it's not my father anymore, though I was chosen and he was just produced, I disrespected his father while he was on the phone with him because I told my brother, because my dad was, if you call him and you even put a little bit of pressure on him, it gets him anxiety, whatever. And it was building in my brother, it was building in my dad, and I told my brother, just hang up, John, just forget it. I said, we'll figure out a way to do it somehow, some way. And had I stayed there, it would have gotten taken care of because actually I was going to pay for it myself. He didn't know it, but I was. Because he didn't qualify for the whole bid. When we went and did all that paperwork for his credit and everything, they only qualified him for a portion of it. My dad had to co-sign for the rest of it and would not fax the papers to do it, is what I'm trying to spit out. Anyway, and so he had to come up there. Well, you see, for years and years, my brother lied to my dad about his condition. I think I mentioned this many times. Lied about a lot of stuff. Lied about working, lied about being able to get out of the bed, lied about all this stuff. So today, my dad was there, and I'm sure that he got a good sense of what I've been trying to tell him for about 5 or 6 years, And my mom called me all worried. Well, the bed didn't show up, and he's still there in the apartment, and the apartments are getting mad, and blah. And I said, you know what? I said, don't even worry about it. I said, maybe today was the day that his father needed to come to the realization that what I've been telling him for years was in fact the truth, and why the bed was so urgent last week, and why, sorry that he got pressured and that his cat needed to go to the vet, and that he didn't feel good, and he just couldn't handle any more input or anything. But, the pressure was on me, too, and the pressure was on Mother as well, and it always is, and it always has been. My dad doesn't go up there and do stuff for my brother. I do. My mom does. Period. I need to turn this way a little bit. Anyway, so I told Mom, that's it. That's what today is. Today was the day for your ex-husband. My parents have been divorced since I was 10, 40 years. My brother still blames my mom that my parents got divorced, and actually, it wasn't my mom at all. It was my dad, and I will not go into details, but my dad was mainly at fault. Like 99.2.753728229. Feel me? Anyhow, so, he always turns on my mom, but he never turns on my dad. And, and turns on me. So anyway, I'm glad. I hope that they are having just a grand old time over there together. Plus, my dad is going to be miserable because there's going to be no place for him to sleep. His neck is killing him. His arm is killing him. His leg is killing him. Everything's killing him. And plus, he probably had to leave his cat at home. And there my brother was screaming at me the other day, "You can't even leave your house for 3 days without having an anxiety attack." You think I was having a little bit of anxiety last week? Do you think? But I can guarantee you, if my dad's there right now, he's having some today. Period. And he's ready to get in that car and get the hell out of there. So when my brother was screaming and yelling at me that I needed medication, plus I hadn't even had any, anxiety over being away from home. I was prepared to stay 3 more days. There my brother was talking all kind of shit, and I was staying 3 more days. Psycho. Well, watch my dad have some tonight. If you, like I said, if you didn't already, have some hit the high road or sleeping in his van somewhere or something. Missed the meteor shower the other night. We can always see that kind of stuff really good here, and I totally missed it. And I missed the open house at Goat Springs last week, too. However, I happen to know where they're staying at, and I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to see if I can't get, a little side trip for Olivia, and see if they won't let us go out there and poke around. I bet if we even went and showed up there, they'd just go, "Come on in," so we can go and see that. I definitely want Olivia to see that. I just want to see what they've excavated, because you could kind of tell where there was a pueblo and stuff. And I'm wondering if what I had envisioned as, the real, what was there is indeed what was there, It was supposed to be big. It was supposed to have something like 2,000 people. That's a lot of people. 600 years ago. All right. Well, I guess I better close up for now. I think that's about the size of it. Gotta go get grain tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's already the weekend. Olivia said, "Oh, I have a day off tomorrow." "Oh, that's great." I said, "We have 3. And she goes, "Why?" I said, "Because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the same every week." "But why?" I said, "Because that's how it is." You don't go to school on Saturdays and Sundays, and you don't go to school on Fridays, because that's the way we do it around here. I don't know why. It's supposed to have something to do with back in the old days, that the ranch kids that lived further out on ranches came for longer days and then had longer weekends because they had such a big ride to school. That was the original thing. And the poor kids from the reservation, oh my God, their ride starts at something like 5:30 in the morning. They got to be up and at 'em and ready to go by 5:30, 5:45 from out there to get, everybody's picked up and everything, and then get here. And in the winter, it's brutal, and they rarely miss school. They make it almost every day. And quite a few kids from the reservation go to school here, so we have to work, make it work for everybody. All right, be blessed, everybody. I love you, and I will talk to you later. Can't think of anything else. All right, night-night.